All right, and we'll get started. It is November 7th. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
I lost,
and what?
I lost myself.
Well, I hope you find yourself again.
You'll have to log like off and log back in with your login because
No,
you're
no,
logged in like as me.
no, but I mean, I can't see my face.
Oh, you're there. You know what?
Anyway, it's November 7th, and this is our first call for our end of the year Rank It Up group. And tonight we're going to talk about going Emerald, and then we are going to do some question and answer little period. There are several questions that were posted in the event that we have written down, and we will be answering. And then if there is time at the end, I'd like to keep it to an hour, just because, you know, our evenings are made to be with our families and I don't want to keep us away from them too long. But if we do have more time at the end, there will be more time for questions. And we'll have more of these calls. So as questions come up, you know, write them down, or of course, post them in the page and we can answer there as well. So I'm going to kick us off, and I'm going to talk about going Emerald. I want to know who all on here right now is Emerald, like at least an Emerald, okay? Or maybe has been an Emerald, lifetime Emerald. Okay, so what Emerald is it is your, first of all, it's your first rank that you can get as a Beachbody coach. But what it says is, it says, hey, I am open for business. So to me, anybody that says, I really want to work this business, I would like to get my Shakeology paid for, I would like to earn an extra $200 a month, I would like to eventually pay off my car, whatever that is. If there is some type of financial goal, some type of business building goal, then going Emerald should be the first thing you do. Because like I said, that says I'm open for business. If you think about in any other type of business, entrepreneurial business, where it's a brick and mortar shop, you know, you have to let people know that you are running a business. And that's essentially what Emerald does. So what Emerald is, just to break it down really simply, is you sign up your first 2 coaches under you. There's going to be, your first one's going to go on your right leg, first one's going to go on the left. And once you have one on each leg, you are an Emerald coach. When you are an Emerald coach, you start qualifying to earn leads from Beachbody, which leads are essentially free customers for us. So, you know, Beachbody is huge in, oh my gosh, what's the word? Marketing, in infomercials. I'm such an infomercial junkie. That is where I got Slim and Six back in 2003. And I've been an infomercial junkie ever since. But so when I signed up with Slim and Six, there was not coaches, but when I signed up again with P90X, I got a coach. I didn't know it. No one emailed me. But people that order through those infomercials, people that go to teambeachbody.com, beachbody.com, and order stuff on their own, they are assigned a free coach. And to receive these people, you have to be an Emerald coach, and you have to be hitting Success Club, which we'll talk about later on too. So like I said, you're going to qualify for the lead program. You're going to start earning some fun prizes. Beachbody does a Success Club prize each month. Sometimes it's swag, Beachbody swag, hats. This month it's a hat if you're signed up for November to Remember and you earn at least Success Club 5. There is, you know, all kinds of fun stuff. And the most important thing is that you're going to start qualifying to earn through Team Cycle Bonus. So as a brand new coach, the very first way you earn is through commission. Essentially, when you get people set up, you earn that 25% commission. Now, the next way to earn is called Team Cycle Bonus. And this is something that starts out small, but over the long run, this is going to be that residual income that you've heard Logan talk about. You've heard me talk about times when maybe we've had to take it slow in our business. But because we have grown an amazing team, we are still able to bring in an income through the productivity of our team. As an Emerald, you earn $14 a cycle. And like I said, start small, but the more team members you get, the more volume that comes under you, the more you're going to start cycling. So, another important thing to think about is you go Emerald and you start talking to your coaches about going Emerald, because that's where you're going to start seeing that cycle bonus start to increase. So to go Emerald, like I said, you sign your first 2 coaches. We strongly suggest your first 2 coaches are 2 people that you love, 2 people, that are close to you. My first coach was my husband. My second coach was my best friend. My third coach was my mom. You want somebody at the top of those legs so that you can maximize the compensation plan. Essentially, that spouse account is your second business center. It is a place where you're going to have another stream of income coming in. And this could be for a whole separate call, so I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but just trust us when we say that having your spouse at the top of your leg, preferably your weak leg, which if you don't know which one is your strong leg and your weak leg, reach up to your coach and we can let you know. But preferably your weak leg, just trust us that it is, in the long run, you will see so many benefits from that business center. I'm going to let Logan touch on that for a second, because I tell her I had to cancel my husband because of his job. And so I no longer have that business center. And I tell Logan almost every week how it's not fair because I'm so excited for her and the things that is going through Levi's business center that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wish I had Brock there. So hear from Logan for just a second.
Okay. So I wasn't aware of how important it was to sign up your spouse right away as a new coach. I basically went Emerald within the first week or 2 of sharing my transformation because of the response that I got from sharing my journey on social media. I think the very first coach that I signed up was Tressa. And the very next one was one of my husband's cousins. And so they both sit at the very tippy top. Tressa is in like the highest volume spot in my entire organization. FYI. Levi is directly underneath Tressa.
Still just an Emerald.
That's okay.
That's okay. Because so Levi is in the very second spot at the top of my organization, and I have only built him to Emerald, guys. He's got 2 personally sponsored active coaches to keep him an active Emerald. And because of where he is placed in my genealogy as my team has grown, because he has Leslie's organization and Renee's organization, and when I achieved 2-star diamond, that is when Beachbody allows you to open up your true second business center. So I was able to open up Logan number 2 and basically duplicate my downline all over again. And I strategically placed that business center on my husband's inside weak leg. So any of the volume that accrues up from my second business center, which is where Jordan sits with a diamond organization, flows up through my second business center, up to Levi, and then up to my first business center. So I basically get to triple dip in all of that volume. And because of that, Levi, who is just an emerald with 2 personally sponsored coaches, last week, well, it will be the paycheck that comes this week, maxed out the compensation plan for what an emerald can earn. An emerald can earn up to $250 a week on Team Cycle Bonus alone. That is 0 commissions. It's just Team Cycle Bonus from volume and productivity from the team. And as an emerald, because of the volume that's underneath them, I've maxed him out. So now I'm going to start building more so I can work him towards diamond, because once he gets diamond, he can earn up to $1,000 a week in Team Cycle Bonus. But guys, $250 a week from him sitting there, like not doing anything, is an incredible financial blessing for our family. And at first, it was a little scary to kind of justify, paying for like another order of Shakeology or something under his account to keep him active. But I promise you there are ways to do it to keep your spouse active and to make your money back and to make make way more than that in return. So is there anything else on that, Haley, that I should touch on?
No, that's, incredible. And the first year when I had Brock as a coach, before I knew he couldn't be a coach, the same thing. I didn't max him out yet because of the way I built him to diamond really quickly. But I was already getting to double dip into that compensation plan. And at one point in time, because of how I grew him, he was bringing in like $600 a week. And so, you guys, it's just trust us when we say, put your spouse at the top of your weak leg. And even if he sits there for a little while and you don't do anything with him, or you get him to emerald, trust us. And we will show you how you can build on his legs through your business center to where it's going to, that's what Logan's done. Like she said, Levi only has 2 coaches, but she's put her coaches in the organization below there. And like I said, this could be a whole separate call. And honestly, maybe we will do this soon on a call. But just trust us. Trust us when we say, to put your spouse at the top of that leg. There are, you could, if he's drinking Shakeology, perfect. That's going to keep him active. If he's not, if your kids want to drink Daily Sunshine, that'll keep him active.
Yeah.
If you want to, hold on. If you want to, what was I going to say? Oh, if they use the performance line, they can get a performance stack worth at least 50 PV. 50 PV is what they need to stay active. You can keep that. You can do a 3-day refresh or any customer orders. So if you have any customer orders go through your spouse, that keeps them active too. So don't stress out about feeling like you're going to have the second thing of Shakeology that you're not going to drink, or you can get packets to send out to customers that want to try it. There's lots of options. But the benefit in the long run is huge. And long run, Logan's been at this for 2 years, and she's starting to see the benefit of that. So going emerald, super important. If you're growing your business, that's opening the doors to say, all right, I'm ready to start doing this. And something I want to challenge you guys, y'all that are here in this group that are saying, hey, we want to do this. I challenge you guys to go emerald every month. At least, where you're getting 2 new coaches each month. And that's just a good way to make sure you're continuing to build your team, continuing to get people in our challenge groups, and it's going to increase the volume for that Team Cycle Bonus. Let me see. I wrote down some notes. Let me see if I missed anything.
There are a couple questions in the chat too.
Yeah. Let's see. Hubby and I both drink Shakeology and performance. Yes. So Jennifer, is your husband signed up already? Where are you, Jennifer? Oh, I can't see her. Um,
And if you are wanting to sign your husband up too, you don't have to sign him up with a challenge pack. If you are not ready to sign him up like with Shakeology or Performance or anything, but you just want to have that account under your weak leg, you can skip any type of purchase and just pay the $40 enrollment fee, and he will be under your weak leg. And you can just keep him inactive and until you're ready to make him active and start building too.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. You know, whenever I signed up, there's a little bit more of an incentive to sign up your husband with a challenge pack because we didn't have on demand. And so it was, well, I wanted 21 Day Fix. I had signed up with Pio and I knew I wanted 21 Day Fix next. So I signed Brock up with 21 Day Fix. And so I had it. And now with on demand, there's not quite that incentive, but you can get, if you do want that second bag of Shakeology, if he's using it, there's a 3-day refresh. That's a great challenge pack to sign him up with. But like Jordan said, if that is something you can financially not do right now, we totally understand, but it's so important to get your husband there. Pay the $40 to sign him up and put him there until you're ready to order a performance line under him or whatever it is. I was looking at the questions. I got distracted again. Logan, are there any?
Sheena had a question about team cycle bonus versus like commissions.
Okay. Is team cycle separate from what you sell to customers? So the volume that you get through your orders is where the team cycle bonus comes from. So like if Logan was my coach on this side and Jordan was my coach on this side, when her Shakeology comes through, I'm going to get 90 volume points on this leg. And when her Shakeology comes through, I'm going to get 90 volume points on this leg. So for every coach that's getting their Shakeology, you're getting that 90. And then whatever volume they're selling to customers or their coaches are doing, that's also going to start working its way up. Does that answer your question? Logan, do you have a better way to answer that?
I like to think of it as like what you sell to customers or for like first time coaches is your commission, and you automatically earn 25% on anything that you sell. And that is where you're going to see the bulk of your income as a brand new coach initially is in commissions. But as you build a team and your team builds teams and you have more volume flowing up through the team, that is where your long-term stable residual income comes in through team cycle bonus. So back in April and May, when I was newly pregnant in my first trimester and in and out of the hospital all the time and so sick with hyperemesis that I couldn't even look at my phone without puking, I managed to hit Success Club, but my commissions for the month were super duper low because I wasn't, doing as much on social media and stuff as I normally do to help get people started. But my paychecks weren't affected because my team cycle bonus was still there and stable because the rest of the team was still working and producing and keeping the wheels running even when I was sick. Does that kind of make sense? So the team, we can post, there's a really basic video that Beachbody has that explains team cycle bonus with little action figures and stuff, and we can post that in the group. That was the way that I kind of figured out how it worked, and it's still confusing to explain. But your commissions are your 25% on whatever it is that you sell. And if you set someone up with a challenge pack as a customer, every month when their Shakeology ships, you're going to make 25% off of their Shakeology shipping. If they're a coach, you don't make that 25% because they're saving 25% by being a coach. It's that 25% discount that coaches get, but the volume that you get contributes to your team cycle bonus, which adds up to much bigger income over time.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And I was talking with another coach today, and we were chatting about signing up people as customers versus a coach from the very beginning, and kind of the benefits and, both sides of it. And, thinking about getting people set up as a coach is giving you that volume to come through for the next several months, where you're getting that residual income, where, thinking about the commissions kind of being a bonus, at the end of the day, that you get for the month. So, most important thing, go Emerald. Get your husband, a parent, a brother, somebody up there on the top of your legs, and open your doors for business. Start being able to get that team cycle bonus. And in the beginning, you guys, it's going to be where you cycle not a lot, and you're going to be like, what the heck? Like, this is stupid. Like $14, but you guys, $14, that's $14 in your pocket. That wasn't in your pocket. First off, that covers your business fee for the month pretty much. And I promise you, if you keep doing the things you're supposed to be doing, and you keep growing your team, you keep sharing what you're doing, that's going to increase dramatically once you get that volume going. So it's kind of one of those things that you just have to say, just trust us. I promise. I promise. It can be a little bit confusing, and it can be a little bit discouraging in the beginning, but this is where that residual income is going to come from. And that's what we want. I mean, if you want to be a retail coach and, focus on just trying to hit really high Success Club numbers every month and all that kind of good stuff, that's awesome. That's great. But me, I know the number of coaches and new people I can handle a month, and that's not going to bring me in a lot of income. And this is a business for me, and I do have financial goals. And so that's where the team cycle bonus comes into play. So we're going to move on. I know there's probably a lot more questions about going Emerald, about signing your husband. One thing I was going to touch on this, I saw in the chat. So like when you're signing people up for Clean Week, sign them up through your husband, because that's where that volume is going to move up towards you. So you'll get the commissions through your husband's account, and then you're going to get that volume to go through your team cycle bonus. Anyway, that was somebody said in the chat. And then, okay. So I'm going to kick us off on the questions. And I wanted to first talk about how you could kind of find information on our new products. People were asking how you knew what was how many Success Club points and things like that. So I'm going to screen share for just a second. Let me make sure I have my thing pulled up here. First off, Success Club. Shoot, now I lost you guys. Okay, I haven't screen shared yet, but Success Club, you get 2 Success Club points for any challenge pack you set up a new customer or new coach with, or any Home Direct product that is at least 90 PV. So if someone signs up with Shakeology on its own, Daily Sunshine on its own, a performance stack is not 2. I think it's just 1. Yeah, sorry, I got ahead of myself. So Daily Sunshine, Shakeology, challenge pack. Those are going to be 2 points. And then you get 1 point for anything on Home Direct that adds up to 90 PV. So like a performance stack is going to be 1 PV. Like if somebody orders Energize and Hydrate and adds up to 90. Now, every once in a while, they do special promotions where you get 3 Success Club points. So when they kicked off our All Access on Demand, for a month or two, you got 3 Success Club points for getting people set up with that. This month is our November to Remember, and it is our Double Time Challenge Pack. If you get people set up with that, you get 3 Success Club points. And the Double Time Challenge Pack, there are a couple different options. I'm going to show you where you can find this too. But it is, you can get the Double Time All Access Challenge Pack, which essentially is they get the All Access still. They still get their Shakeology, but instead of the containers, they are getting like the buddy ball that goes with Double Time and some more specific Double Time eating plan material. So I have my 3 people that I have set up already. I set up with Double Time Challenge Packs because they do have kids. It is something fun to do with kids to have that ball, and I'm gifting them a set of containers. You know, that is because I knew, okay, if I can at least get 2 people, I'll hit my Success Club, and then I'm still meeting their needs by gifting them the containers.
Yeah, you can find the containers on, like, you can order them through teambeachbody.com, and they're literally like between $6 or $7.
Yeah,
as a coach.
Yeah, with our discount. So I mean, and they were super excited about getting the ball and their kids doing it with them and things like that.
They're super excited for it too.
And there is one that is $180 where they will also get the DVD set for Double Time, which and then they still get everything else. And you get 3 Success Club points. So I'm going to show you guys just really quick on the, I had it pulled up on our, what do you guys see?
I see the Success Club, like
awesome.
FAQs.
Okay. So whenever you have a question about any product, the first place I go to is the FAQ on Team Beachbody. That'll tell you how much volume goes with the product. That'll tell you when it's releasing. It'll tell you if you get Success Club points or whatnot with it all. So that is the first place I look. I was going to show you guys, if you go to this news little tab in your coach office, this is kind of where it'll have our monthly promotions. So if you go and you look on the November promotions, it will show you, it talks all about how our All Access Challenge Pack is staying at the $160. It talks about the Double Time Challenge Pack. If you click on that, it goes into all the details, talks about November to Remember, anything that would be special for this month is right there. And it's, like I said, it's under news and it'll change each month. But again, if you have a question, I always go to FAQ and I search whatever it is, I have a question about, and if I can't find it then I usually then go to the team page or something like that. So, and I did want to touch on earning Success Club. You hit Success Club when you have at least 5 Success Club points. And to qualify for Success Club, so to earn the prizes or whatever it is Beachbody is promoting for the month, you have to also have a personal order of 90 PV on Home Direct through your account. If you don't have that, you don't officially hit Success Club. So I know I had some coaches at one point in time that thought they had hit it, but they didn't qualify because they had put their shake on hold for that month, which is fine, but they thought they were getting the bag or whatever it was. So just to touch on that. So, okay, who wants to go? Who has questions to answer? Logan, you want to go? Oh, do you only hit Success Club with new customers? Yes, Shayna. So new customers, new coaches. You only get 2 Success Club points per customer per lifetime. Does that make sense? So like if I signed you up as a customer with a challenge pack and then I signed you up as a coach with a challenge pack, I wouldn't get I wouldn't get 2 more Success Club points. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Sometimes they will give you 2 on accident.
And then they'll take them away.
And really freak you out.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So, yeah.
Okay. So one of the questions that I was going to address was, how do you deal with no's, price objections, and now's not a good time replies? I took this because I literally get these every single day from people that I talk to, because I talk to a lot of people. And guys, what I have to just promise you is the majority of the people that I talk to and eventually end up signing up with me give me these objections in the beginning. And it takes time and trust and patience and building that relationship with them for them to eventually be ready to sign up. I mean, raise your hand if you had a little bit of objection to the price when you were first signing up, right? Yeah. I think I avoided buying Shakeology for 2 years because of the price. And I finally got to that desperate pain point, and I saw my coach's post, and I was in an incredibly hurting and weak point, and I was just ready. And I was just like, you know what, $140 for all of this, like, that I get with it, like, yeah, okay, sign me up, because I know that I'm spending way more at Starbucks a month going through and getting like fattening coffees and breakfast sandwiches, and of course the kids want cake pops. And so like when you think of it that way, you know, it really does end up justifying the price. So the biggest thing is maintaining that relationship with people. So if we're having a conversation about, you know, signing up with a challenge pack and joining the challenge group, if we get down to the point of, you know, talking about price, and it takes a while for me to even get to the price, even if they ask in the very first message, like, what do you do? How much is it? I don't answer it. I don't address the price. I get to know them. I learn about their family. I learn about what they do for a living. I ask them about their goals, and not just their like want to lose 10 pounds right now goals, but like, if you couldn't fail, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you like to accomplish together in a year, in a full year together? What's your dream of where you could be? So I take them through, you know, the process so that by the time we do talk about the price, it's not as scary to them. You know, they see what I'm there to offer them, and I let them know, like, what you're getting for this price are all of the tools that you need to be successful. These are your nutrition tools. These are all your workouts. This is your support system. I don't charge anything for what I'm going to do for you as your coach. All you're spending are your personal tools that are going to get you to your goals. So talking through all of that really helps them see the value of what they're going to get. And I let them know, like, if we make it through 30 days together and you just don't feel like this is working for you, if it's not a good fit, you can get your money back completely. You can send back the empty bag of Shakeology and you can get your money back. I might lose my Success Club points for that, but I think in the 2 years that I've been coaching, I've had 2 returns, and that's it. And I've hit Success Club 5 to 10 to 20 every single month in the 2 years that I've been doing this. So to only have 2 returns in, you know, that amount of people that I've helped, like it's nothing. So if now is not a good time for the challenge group, then I move right into my next invitation for Clean Week. You know, if the thought of investing in a full challenge pack is a little scary right now, that's okay, because I have a group coming up that's going to give you basically a sneak peek into what the lifestyle is about. You're going to be able to get to try the shakes, you get to try the workouts, you get to like be around my team and feel the support, and it's only $30. How does that sound? Most people will immediately go for Clean Week, and I've had a really high success rate of converting my Clean Week challengers over to my main challengers. If they still aren't ready for Clean Week, I let them know, you know what? I run free groups where I offer, you know, free clean eating plans, meal prep tips, and different things. You know, we do these groups every couple months. Would you be interested in checking that out? Because since we've been talking, you've obviously had a little bit of interest in health and fitness and taking care of yourself. And this would be, you know, a way for me to provide some value to you. And I mean, it's free. So why are they going to say no? So I get them in my free group and just start building their relationship from there. And then what I like to do to keep track of these people, I'm the worst tracker in the world. I'm a sapphire. I am not an emerald. I do not have an organization bone in my body. I will not show you my desk right now because barf. But what is helping me is when I get them into like free groups or Clean Week groups, you can create interest lists on Facebook and put specific people in groups on your Facebook, so that you know how you can like look at different news feeds in Facebook. Like you can group people by like family or people that you work with. I can screen share in a second so you guys can see what it is. But I have a list for, you know, people that are in my free groups, people that are in Clean Week, people that are my dream teamers. So that way, when I'm wanting to build those relationships with people, rather than like scrolling Facebook forever and spending years like trying to find if they post anything to comment, I have these interest lists that I can click on, and it basically pops up a mini news feed of anybody that's in that group that I've created. It's like a mini news feed of those people's posts specifically. So then I can go through and like and comment and love bomb on them so that we're interacting, you know, and they're feeling my love on social media, and just build that relationship. And then it's only a matter of a few months before they're ready to fully join. But 3 to 6 months of talking with people is usually my sweet spot. Jordan followed me and talked with me for 9 months before she was ready. It's okay. I don't give up on people. I continually follow up all the time, every month. Constantly invite and re-invite and re-invite. And people thank me for not giving up on them. My best friend Megan, who you guys know is in the group, and she's like totally rocking her transformation and has like ripped abs now, which I'm totally jealous of, being like 8 months pregnant. She watched me for 2 years before she was ready. My best friend since I was 15. So you just can't give up on people, because it's up to them when they're ready. And then when they're ready, they're ready. And they're just going to dive in and really make a go of it. Okay.
I was going to add something real quick. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just with your Clean Week people, like if you have just invited them to the Clean Week and you haven't talked to them about the big challenge group, like let's say you ran your event for Clean Week and it's, you know, a newer person that's showing interest in it. This has happened to me several times. People either not checking their message or checking it too late, and we're already like halfway through the week. Just checking back in with them, still following up with them, even if it's too late, and just say, hey girl, we're already into the week. I know you were interested in Clean Week, and I just wanted to let you know that our next one will be, the first week in December, or if you're ready, with your goals to just go all in and go for it, you're always welcome to join my November Fit Club. And that's when you talk about the challenge group, and you can invite to the big challenge group. Like, you don't have to wait for them to do a clean week to invite them to the challenge group. So I just wanted to kind of say that, because I think we feel like we have to wait until, the next clean week. But if they miss this one, talk to them about the challenge group, because it is a little bit more of a commitment, but like Logan said, they still get that 30-day money back guarantee. So it's really a win-win.
Haley.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to piggyback off of what Logan said, because I know there were some questions about how to close a sale. And really, like what Logan was talking about, you guys, is what you need to focus on, because closing a sale is getting them to a decision, and getting them to that decision is all about how you formed them. Okay, so it's about what you did on the top. It's about how you built that relationship to get them to that point where you're wanting to close that sale. So when Logan talked about, hey, be quiet, please. When she talked about like getting to know people and finding out as much about them as possible, like when people reach out and ask her the price for something, and I was going to talk about curiosity marketing a little bit too, but focusing on that relationship. So as much about them as possible. Their goals, their needs, their pain points, why they want this group. And that is going to be that critical piece when you want to close the sale. And close is such a nasty word. I mean, that sounds salesy. It's really just getting them to that decision. And we were all there. I mean, some of us probably jumped in and some of us were like really scared, right? And so it's just getting those people to make that decision to say yes. And you're really going to repeat their why back to them. And you can't do that if you don't know them. So if if I just say, hey, or, if I have someone say, hey, how much is the program that you do? And I just tell them the price and they're like, oh, I don't know, that's kind of a lot. I have like nothing to go on when I want to like talk to them about why it's so important for them to join my next group. If I say, hey girl, I remember how you said that you just want to fit into that little black dress and go on a date with your husband and feel good about yourself again. And I know that we can get you feeling that way in my November group, or, you know what I mean? It makes it personal to them. Or, whatever that little piece of personal information they gave you. As much you can get from people, the deeper that you can get with people, the more you build. Like Logan said, those 3 to 6 months is a sweet spot because she's built a relationship with them. They trust her. The more info, the more vulnerable, the more they open up, the more you can empathize, the more they trust you, the more they're going to want to sign up with you. And then just another piece about closing is create a sense of urgency. Don't let it just hang out there like, okay, well, here it is, and you can sign up whenever you want. Make sure they know, like, hey, there's a date that my next Fit Club is starting, or that my next Clean Week is starting, and be excited and enthusiastic about them joining your tribe. Like, I say to my girls, like, I am so excited to introduce you to your new tribe. Like, let me know when you're ready to go all in so that I can introduce you to the girls. They're going to love you. You know what I mean? Like, creating that enthusiasm, like you're about to be part of something big. And like, my excitement is going to come through in that message. Usually those are voice messages that I send. I don't text those. I send them in a voice message on Messenger because I want them to hear that like enthusiasm about how excited I am for them to be part of our tribe now. Like, this is going to be amazing, and I'm going to hold your hand, and we're going to do this together. And you can hear that passion in my voice, and you can't get that through a text message. So get people on the phone, get people on coffee dates, use Facebook voice messenger. Oh my gosh, it's such a powerful tool when people can hear how passionate you are about your tribe, they're going to want to join it too.
Another tool that I use, Leslie, especially because one of my sweet spots is Instagram, and Instagram doesn't give you the like voice feature that Facebook Messenger does, is I actually have, I wanted it to be short. It's like 9 minutes long, where I have a video of myself on YouTube where I just sit and talk to my computer and tell my story. And I'm a hot mess, and I totally start crying. This is before I was pregnant. You got tears flowing, Kleenex, but it lays out my story of where I was and, you know, my journey through Beachbody to where I am now. And I like to share that with people so that, because I'm not only getting to know them, but I want them to get to know me too, and know that I'm not perfect, and, you know, I can find myself in their story and their struggles, because I used to be there too. And, you know, as candid, as open as I am on, you know, sharing all of that through my posts on social media every day, you know, we gain trust there, but I also have that video tool that I can send them so that they can watch that video and kind of locate themselves in my story as well. So that's another thing that you can do if, especially for Instagram, because they don't have the video or voice feature.
Yeah, I like that. That's a cool idea.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm chewing on a piece of ice right now.
I can address Amy's question really quick about if you weren't patient and push too hard and feel like you ruined the relationship. This is an absolute opportunity to literally just fall on your sword and come back and follow up with them and say, listen, girl, I just want to apologize if I came off the wrong way or if I appeared to be filthy. That was not my intention at all. I honestly just want to get to know you better and be able to help you with your goals. Honestly, just like kind of falling on your sword and being open like that, majority of the people will be like, oh, no, like I didn't, you know, think that you came off that way at all. And it is okay to ask for a do-over, because I guarantee you the conversations that I had at the start of my coaching journey were a hot mess compared to kind of what I have developed over the last couple years. It just takes time and practice and doing it over and over again. And the more people you talk to, the more comfortable you're going to get. It is okay to ask for a do-over. Do you want to piggyback on that, Haley?
No, yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I mean, just we're human. They know we're human. They know that, you know, we make mistakes, you know, and sometimes it just comes from a place of excitement, you know, and just like Logan said, when I was first coaching, like my messages and the things I would say to people are completely different than they are now, but my intentions are still very much the same. I was just so excited and kind of word vomited. And I think people, you know, and people appreciate you saying, you know, I'm so sorry if I came off the wrong way. I'm just really excited. And this is something I thought that you would love to do with me, or whatever you thought, you know. And so, yep, fall on your sword, ask for a do-over. There's nothing wrong with it. And like she said, most people are going to say, oh my gosh, you know, it's totally, I didn't think of that at all, or it's totally okay. It was just a little much for me. You know, I mean, they'll be honest back to you, but most of the time they're going to be really nice. I'm going to touch on one question real quick because it'll go pretty quickly. Somebody was asking about a planner that they used. Now I'm going to say I am very much like Logan, and pretty sure God forgot to put an organizational bone in my body as well. But I try really hard sometimes. But what I have is called the planner pad. and I'm going to post a video that Summer made, who is very emerald, and she has an awesome kind of tutorial on how she uses this. This is her video is the reason I got it. But I use it for, there's like a weekly spread, and there's a monthly spread. The way she talks about it is, you know, you can put kind of your 5 pillars, or not your 5 pillars, but your 5 plates, you know, your family and your, you know, God and work and whatever, and divide them out through the week. If you will look, that page is March that I'm showing you guys, because my life has been a hot mess since then. But it really is an awesome planner when you use it right. So I'm going, for those of you that are interested in a planner, it's coming to that time of year where it's time to get a new one. I will post that video from Summer. And, you know, if you guys can watch it, and if you're interested, it's, when I've used it right, it's really awesome. So, anyway, okay. That was my planner question. Who wants to, I think those are the questions I had to answer, or I had the answers to.
I can go next.
Awesome.
Because I had a replying one too. So one of mine was replying to somebody who says, I've tried Shakeology, I don't like the taste, and all of that goodness. So I actually just had a girl tell me this the other day. She said, yeah, I've tried that Shakeology stuff before, and you know, it tastes like dirt. It's chalky. I don't like it. You know, went on and on with these things about it. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, girl, you're crazy, because that crap's good. But so I, you know, got my thought process together and messaged her back. And what I replied with was, first off, I like to know when they tried it, because, you know, they could say that they tried Shakeology and it been 4 years ago, or, you know, however long it was when they first tried it.
And Shakeology was not good 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's come a long way. So,
Yeah.
and then also, I like to ask them how they made it. And a lot of people, oh my gosh, a lot of people will come back and be like, oh, I just put it in a shaker cup with some water and shook it up. And I'm like, sweet Jesus, like, oh my gosh, no. So, you know, I give them, you know, information on how I make my shakes, and I tell them, but there's so much stuff you can mix with it, and here's what I like to do with mine. I have packets if you want to try it again with a recipe that I can provide you. You know, I say stuff like that, and it usually gets them, and they come back and they end up loving it, you know. So a lot of times when people say they don't like Shakeology, it's typically because they're either not mixing it right, or, you know, like they're using water, or they just didn't have a coach that they first tried it with that gave a rat's patootie, to be honest with you. So you really just have to, like everything else, figure out their needs and figure out, you know, how you can help them and kind of guide them through it, and you'll get them there. They normally always come back around with the Shakeology because it's so good. So my other thing was organization, like how to keep up with challengers, how to do follow-ups with people you're talking to, and like a power hour. Okay. So I use the recipe box system. Okay. So I literally have a box with note cards in it. With note cards in it. And then I have spacers for each day of the month, 1 through 31. So I will take my note card and I will start, like this morning when I did it. I had 2 blank note cards for 2 new conversations and connections that I was going to do. And then I also had a handful that I've been working on since the beginning of the month. So I will pull those cards out. I have the person's name wrote across the top. I have the date of the last time that I talked to them and what I talked to them about, whether it was a connection about their adorable baby or a comment that I made about there you go, Jessica, a comment I made about their vacation they just took or whatever it may be, or if it's somebody I've been talking to for a while and I'm following up on a question about a program or, whatever it may be. I have that wrote down on the card. So I'll pull those out. I will go through my cards, and then I usually put them out 2 or 3 days past. So like the ones I did today on the 7th, I either put them in the 9th or the 10th to follow up with them if they haven't already followed up with me. Okay. So then, I just keep doing that all month. And then if I get somebody that signs up with me, then they go into like a new challenger section. Or if I get someone who is like, no, not going to happen, then they get moved into the, okay, try again in 15 or 30 days section. That way I can, start back up with them. I also have a clean week section in my recipe box for yes, I'm a clean weeker. No, maybe next month. It's very like, I'm like a 19 sapphire, okay? But this is like the 1 emerald out of the 3 points that I got on that dang gym test, okay? Where I've got this nailed down, all right? And it works. I'm telling you it works. Before I started doing this recipe box system, I was trying to keep track in my messenger, pen and paper. No, not cool. Doesn't work. I'm just going to tell you. And it's hard to keep track of people and how often you talk to them. But with this recipe box system, I have cut down my power hour to between 20 and 30 minutes, you guys. Like I can knock that crap out and then I'm done. And, I try not to mess with it until the next morning when I do my power hour. Okay. So it's very simple. It doesn't take a lot of time and it's very effective and efficient. So if you haven't tried this, you need to, okay? So, and then piggybacking off of that, like my power hour. So obviously, like we're all about fitting it in the mom cracks, especially if you do this on the side. So the time that I do my power hour might be different than, the time that you do your power hour. Regardless, you still need to do it, whether it's 30 minutes, whether it's an hour, however long you dedicate to doing this. All right. So I wake up, my alarm goes off at 4:50 every single morning. That way I can give myself 10 minutes, 4:50 to 5 to kind of wake up. I get my clothes on and I get to the kitchen. I drink my Energize. I go straight downstairs and I push play by 5:15. I do like a 30-ish minute workout and I'm upstairs making my shake and drinking it by 6 o'clock. Do my personal development from 6 to 6:30, my power half an hour now because my recipe box from 6:30 to 7, wake my kids up at 7, feed them breakfast, we're out the door to school, done, okay? I mean, it's that simple. The thing about it is you have to get a system that works for you and you have to do it consistently so you know what you're doing and when you're doing it, okay? So that was my 2 things, unless anybody has any questions. And yes, I am completely done with my business by 7 a.m. Just my workout and my power hour and my personal development, everything by 7 a.m. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, let's see if we have any questions.
Can I cover my part real quick? I'm having a meltdown here.
Yeah.
I was just going to talk to you guys really quick about curiosity marketing. Okay. So this is a really, really important part about being a new coach. So take notes on this because hey, I need to be quiet when I'm done and we'll leave. Okay. When I was a new coach, I didn't do this very well. I don't think any of us did this very well as new coaches. So, okay, guys, how do you feel when you're shopping and a salesman is approaching you? Like if you're in a store and a salesman is approaching you. Okay, so you like hide, right? You're either annoyed or you're repelled or you're like, leave me alone, like wait for me, I know what I want, like don't bother me, right? Because why? Because we know they're coming to sell us, right? We know they're coming to sell us. So as Beachbody coaches, we have to do this different because there are so many multi-level marketing companies out there that, you know, our social media news feeds are flooded with multi-level marketing companies, right? And if someone says, oh, hey, Logan, you like to work out too? That's pretty cool. And Logan clicks on her name and goes to her page and she sees her with her like Shakeology model, like right up to her face like this, like, oh my gosh, I love my Shakeology. It's so amazing. Like, what are you going to think? What are you going to think? Okay, this girl's going to try to sell me Shakeology, right? That's the only reason she's commenting on my stuff is because she wants to sell me on Shakeology. So when someone comes to your page, like, you gotta leave some things to the imagination, okay? So I want to challenge you guys to start thinking about how to be a little more vague, how to create a little more curiosity. One way you could do that is by leaving out the names of the products that we're using, okay? So leak out the details, don't vomit the details, okay? So I talk about my soulmate program. I don't call it hammer and chisel. Do you see what I'm saying? I talk about my superfoods or, you know, my breakfast that looks like a frappuccino or acts like 5 salads or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not saying the names of the products, okay? Because what happens when I say, like, for example, like, oh my gosh, you guys, I love this coffee. Anyway, so tomorrow we're going to go, okay, so what happens when I say that? Logan. So you guys are going to say, well, what kind of coffee is it? Well, where'd you get it? Well, how much did it cost? Like, where can I get some? Like, wait, you didn't tell me anything about that coffee, right? I just created curiosity about this coffee that I'm drinking instead of telling you all the details, because if I tell you all the details, what are you going to do? You're going to go Google it. You're going to go Google it. If I tell you, like, oh, this is Casa Cielo from Starbucks, and it's the best coffee in the whole wide world, you're going to go, everybody's sharing their horrible Shakeology pictures. You're going to go Google it, okay? So we don't want them to go Google it because there's numerous reasons we don't want them to go Google it. First of all, not everything. First of all, anytime you Google an MLM, you're going to hear scam, pyramid scheme, blah, 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 blah. Or you're going to hear positive stuff, but it's going to be about another coach. It's not going to be about you. So you're going to just send them right over to another coach, or you're going to send them right over to Amazon or right over to eBay, and they're going to order it, and they're not going to know that what you have to offer them is actually, hey, we need to sell a way better deal. Like Logan said, we don't charge extra for what we do for our challengers. People don't know that. People don't know that. People think coaches are extra. I mean, I would think a coach is extra, wouldn't you? Like, people don't know that. So make sure that when you are posting, you're not telling people that you're selling them and it's not making them run, okay? What we learned all about curiosity marketing when we were at Summit. But one of the other things that I loved that we learned was that likes are no longer relevant, okay? Likes don't pay your paycheck, okay? So if you're looking at your post like, oh my gosh, it's only got 3 likes, like I'm such a loser, like, no, who cares? Like, likes do not write your paycheck, okay? Instead of looking at likes from now on, look at questions. Look at how many people are asking you about what you're doing, okay? So try to think about your post, like, how can I get people to ask me what I'm doing? How can I be a little more vague? How can I leak out what I'm still excited about They can still fall in love with me. I can still share my life and believe in who I am and be like, oh my gosh, Haley, you got to tell me what you're doing, without it just being like blatantly obvious, plastered all over her page. Does that make sense to you guys? When people do ask you the questions, take those questions offline. Take them into a DM. Take them into Facebook Messenger. Get them on the phone. That way you're in control of that conversation moving forward. Does that make sense? So you can say, like, you can still answer the question, but then send them a private message and start talking to them privately so that you're in control. And like Logan was saying earlier, you're getting to know them, you're getting all the information from them, and suddenly you're the interviewer and not them. Does that make sense? So really, two things that Shalene tells us not to use, which you should write these down. In any form of these, do not use, okay? So, can I send you more details? Don't use that. That says, I'm gonna sell you, right? Oh, hey girl, I'll send you some more info. Or, hey, I'll send you a message and give you all the details. We don't, that worked. It worked before, it doesn't work now, okay? The second one is, have you tried? Have you tried? I like to throw in the third one that's, hey girl. Don't say hey girl when you send out messages, because people know it's not personal. When you guys get a hey girl, have you tried Mary Kay? Come on, you know what, you don't want to know how my summer went. You want to sell me Mary Kay, right? Nothing against Mary Kay, sorry. So restore the curiosity and leave just enough so that people are wondering what you're doing. You guys have to remember, like, you're selling you, not Beachbody, okay? So don't lead with the business. Lead with you. And that can seem weird because we love Beachbody. We're passionate about Beachbody. We're passionate about what we do, but we don't want to lead with the business. We want to lead with ourselves. And we want people to fall in love with us and our lifestyles and therefore want to join our tribes. She made it.
Do you want me to go, Haley, Logan? Did anybody else have a topic to cover?
Amy does too. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll go real quick. So one of my topics, or the questions that you guys were asking, is how do you reach outside of your
You're muted, Renee.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I just went back and unmuted you though while you were talking.
Oh,
I don't know
I
if
thought I unmuted myself.
Happened. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to try that again. So one of the questions I got is how to reach outside of your warm market. So kind of that cold market, people that maybe you don't know, that are new to you, new to your page. You know, when we talk about our warm market, we talk about like our family, our friends, people that we're already friends with on Facebook. And then reaching out into that cold market are those people that might start liking our page, or people that we just don't know that may reach out to us. And Courtney Bell had spoken on a call about this before, and she said she hasn't really gone outside of her warm market yet because she's constantly adding new friends to her personal page. And so she always has that warm market because she's building those relationships. So, you know, you technically have a cold market, but if you're adding those people and you're adding value to their comments and you're messaging them and starting conversations and building those relationships, they turn into your warm market people. So don't focus too much on going outside of the people that you know. I mean, obviously you eventually have to build your following, but you're building that following by adding new friends and starting new relationships and building those relationships, if that makes sense. So, you know, if there's like a random person that you see on your Instagram that, you know, has started following you and they've been liking your posts, start a conversation in a DM. Just say, hi, maybe whatever their name is. Sometimes it doesn't tell their name on their Instagram, but just say, thank you so much for following me. I appreciate your support and encouragement. Are you working on your own health and fitness journey too? So something like that, because they're obviously liking your posts. So maybe they are interested in that. So the important thing is just to continue adding to your funnel. Keep adding people to your list. So that challenge I had you guys do the other day, where I had you add, at least 5 new friends, and not everybody's going to accept your request, and that's okay. That's kind of like the, I didn't get a like on my post type thing. Like, this person didn't accept my friend request. Who cares? Add 5 more people the next day and move on. Because just like our conversations, we maybe have 10 conversations, or maybe invite 10 people, and maybe only 1 or 2 of those people actually accept the invitation. Same thing with your friend requests. If you add 5 friends, maybe you get 1 or 2 accept your friend request, so you want to continue to add every day. And some people maybe take a few days to accept it. Maybe they want to fill your page out a little bit, or see if you have mutual friends, or maybe they're not on Facebook every day. So just continuing to add to your friends list, not just every once in a while, but every single day. That way, if you do, let's say you do 5 invites a day, 5 friend requests a day in a week, that's 35 friend requests. Maybe only, 5 or 10 of them accept your request. That's 5 or 10 new people that are going to be seeing your stuff that you're going to be starting conversations with. Once they accept your request, don't invite them to like your page as soon as they have accepted your request, because then that's the only reason you invited or friend requested them. You want to wait a week or 2 so that they can see your stuff scrolling through their feed. You want to be commenting on their stuff. Maybe start a conversation with them and say, hey, I saw we had so-and-so as a mutual friend. That's so funny. Like, I've known them since high school. How do you know them? Or something like that. Like, just starting a get to know you type question to build that relationship, so they know that you didn't friend request them because you want to sell them Shakeology. And same thing with, the like page. You don't want to invite them to like that right away until maybe they've seen your stuff a little bit, and maybe they liked one of those posts or commented on one of those posts. Then you can invite them to like your page, if that makes sense. I'm going to look and make sure. Yeah, some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Who's next? And then my other topic was those of you that are teachers working Instagram, and having a public profile, worrying about students and things like that. I'm actually going to research that a little bit more and check out some YouTube videos, because I think most of my teacher friends aren't on this call right now anyways, and I don't want to take up too much time with something I am a former teacher, but I didn't start coaching until afterwards. So I do have some thoughts, but I want to find some more information for those guys. And since they're not on the call, I think it'd be best to let Amy answer her question, and then I can post a video or YouTube stuff or go live later this week about that and give more info on that.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Tap to speak. My video stopped. You're good. We can hear you. Well, nope. Now you're muted. And it keeps muting me. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you see me? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So I did just stop teaching in May, and I had an Instagram page that was not private, and never had any. I never had it. I don't know what the deal is. I never had issues with, having a public Instagram page. I actually have a former student on this call right now, and she followed my story for quite some time, and I have some parents of students that are on my team. And so I definitely, as long as you're not someone that's like, partying
which we're probably not, you know, then you're fine. So, but I don't know if you have like some closet, you know, party life. Yeah, you probably don't want to have an open Instagram page. So I am going to actually talk about Instagram. I have some notes here. One thing I did want to say, Logan, and this could be a whole other separate call, but there is a thing now, Insta Messenger, that's probably not what it's called, but you can directly have a message conversation with someone in Instagram. It's kind of like I don't know, I just got a message about it last week. Okay, Bubby. But it's kind of like almost like Snapchat. You're getting sweaty? I'm so sorry. So we could, I'll post about that a little bit more, but you can have that one-on-one conversation with someone if you want to in Instagram now. So I was going to talk about how to find your tribe on Instagram, or how to seek out those people that you would want to connect with. And there are a couple of things I was actually going to suggest that you make your profile public so that you can continue to add, and people can add you to, so they can follow you and see what you're up to. And the other thing too, I would suggest making your Instagram profile a business profile versus a personal, so that you can check out, I mean, gosh, you can see like who's swiping past your Insta stories and who's not, or how many times. You can also see like your peak times to post, which is super important as well. I also, on your Insta stories, you guys, you can go in and you can see who is looking at your Insta story. Today, I commented on a lady. She posted an Insta story picture about RX bars. And all I said back to her, guys, was, I heart RX bars. And she replied almost immediately back to me and said, oh my gosh, I know, I follow your Insta story, and that's how I learned about them. Okay, boom, there's our conversation. And we're chatting about RX bars. And she only bought one because she saw my Insta story. And so that was all it took to start this conversation. I also think, guys, in addition to that, like when you get that list on your phone and it shows you the 112 people that watched your kid playing in the leaves, whatever, you know, you can comment back to them or say, hey, thanks for the like, or thanks for checking out my Insta story, or just anything, something to start that conversation. You want to go to their Instagram page and check it out and see if it's somebody that you feel like you have something in common with, and then flood their page with compliments. Like their pictures, comment on their pictures, be that inspiring person and start to build that relationship. If you aren't having new people come to your Insta story, yes, you can change your Instagram to business. It's we can do another tutorial, or I can post in the Rank It Up. I'll go live and talk about that. But if you guys are like specifically searching for your tribe, or oh my gosh, you guys is like The Walking Dead. I started talking and my kids are like zombies over here. If you are looking to build your tribe, let's just say like I'm a running mom, I'm a runner. So if I type in that hashtag running mom, I can search the other running moms out there and, you know, flood their page with compliments and start to interact. I can follow their page. I use just like an old school notebook, and I write down the names of those people that I'm following, that I'm complimenting, that I'm commenting on. And I start my relationship with those people that I have something in common with. But I would suggest for you guys, like something that you can, like a task you can write down today. Write down a list of the top 10 things in your life. You know, mine would be obviously like health, fitness, plant-based, you know, toddler mom, schnauzer mom, you know, any of those things, remodel, you know, like all of those things. Oh, thank you. And those are the types of people that have stuff in common with me, and or those are the things that make me who I am, and then I can go back and turn those things into hashtags, and I can search for those people. So, oh my gosh, you guys, this is insanity. So that was my topic. I definitely could go on and on and on and on about Instagram. And, Alicia is my coach. And Alicia asked me earlier, she's like, what about, what if all of the people on your Instagram, the people that follow you, what if you know all of them? And like, if you went to them and you're like, hey, thanks for liking, or thanks for checking out my story, or, whatever. Maybe if they comment, or maybe instead of doing that, you could go to their page and seek out those pictures that you actually enjoy or like and comment on those. And then they're going to see, oh, Alicia comment, I wonder what Alicia's up to. And they're going to go to your page and see that you've had this incredible transformation. So those are just some ways to really start to draw in people. And then again, if you're doing that, search the hashtags that make you who you are. Like Running Mom, there are a lot of those moms out there. So if I go and I search for those and I compliment on their page, they're going to come to me and be like, oh, who is this girl, this mom planks girl? What has she got to offer me? So again, we could do a whole Instagram call, but if there aren't any other questions, we've been on here for a super long time, so we probably should end it before my zombies come back.
I swear it never fails. Like, my kids will be playing fine, like in their room, like not making any noise, which is always kind of a concerning thing, but you just go with it when you're about to hop on a call and start talking, and they're like, mom, I need this, I need food, I need whatever. Yeah. Totally get it. So we covered a ton of questions today. And I have it recorded, so please go back and watch if you missed something or want to go back and take notes, please do so. And I think probably every single one of these questions we could have done an entire call on. But I think the most important thing with all of this, with this training, with wanting to move your business forward, is taking action. You can sit here and you can watch as many team calls as you want, as many YouTube videos as you want. And there's some really incredible ones out there, but if you're not taking the action behind it, nothing's going to happen. And so with this, I want you guys to go out. I want tonight, this is going to be the accountability post for you guys. It's my turn to do accountability post for tonight, and it has not been posted, but I want to know who your first 2 coaches are going to be if you're not Emerald. I want to know who your next 2 coaches are going to be to make you go Emerald again this month if you're already Emerald, because that is our action item tonight, is opening your doors for business and moving forward. Sound good?
There's one last thing that I do want to say, guys. For those of you that are new, and I did this right off the bat. You have like your dream coaches. It is terrifying to approach those people, and it is terrifying to go after them. But I promise you guys, if they're like your top coaches, there's somebody else's dream something in an MLM as well. Okay. So you need to think like a recruiter, and every single day that you wait, that's another day that someone else has the opportunity to snag them. And so I have my top 5 dream coaches, people that I've worked with in the past, and every month I contact them and say, hey, I'm still here, and I still want to recruit you to be on my team. I don't beat around the bush. I'm not shady. I'm not salesy. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I go right to the point, and I recruit them to work on my team. And do not be afraid to do that, you guys. And I have recruited those people to work with me. And of course, it's probably taken, I don't know, how many times did I tell you no, Haley? That it was I don't know what all I told you, but
yeah. But make a list of your dream teamers. We're going to talk about that later on this week as well. But I said I wanted to keep it under an hour, and it's been an hour and a half, but there was lots of value added here. So I'm okay with that. And if you had to hop off early, that's totally fine. But thank you guys for spending some time with us this evening. Go enjoy your family. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the group. I look forward to seeing who is going to make you go emerald this month. And I'm just excited. I'm really excited to see you guys here. I'm excited to see you guys hungry to learn more and hungry to move your businesses forward, and in turn, changing more lives. So yes, lots of team growth is about to happen, which is super fun. It's so fun to see our team grow and to see new faces and to see new, not just their lives, but their families' lives being changed. It's so exciting. So you guys are doing that. We are doing that. So, all right. If there's not anything else, we're going to call it a night, and we'll see you guys in the page. All right. Bye, y'all.